Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is D Car Lady with Team D Car Lady here, coming at you with another Inner Circle live Q&A. Inner Circle teammate that I have here with me is Jamila Shields, and basically what we do on some of these live Q&As, when people, come into my inner circle and everything like that, they have committed to themselves, saying that they want to do things better in their business. They want to be at the top. They no longer want to be at the bottom trying to figure it out. So our inner circle goes through with step-by-step training, and we definitely have our Facebook group for support. But when people join me directly in my inner circle, then I definitely make sure that they are on the right track, and everyone is able to take advantage of at least a 30-minute to 1 hour consultation with me, upon signing up. Now, I don't do that consultation up front, reason being because a person needs to get going in their career, in their training and everything before they even know what they don't know, right? You don't know the questions that you have until you start going. So Jamila is one of my inner circle members. So we're just going to go ahead and record this, kind of give you guys a sneak peek at some of the things that we go over in the training and the one-on-one session. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So Jamila, tell me what we got going on. Which way are you primarily promoting your main opportunity?
Well, right now I'm on YouTube. I promote on YouTube mostly, actually every day, just about every day. I load the videos up, promote my business on there, and I'm learning Facebook.
Okay, so, perfect. And that's good, because our inner circle training covers the YouTube, it covers Facebook, and also covers solo ads. But I know most of us do the free traffic methods, which is YouTube and Facebook. So that's perfect. So let's dive into, because I want to get to understanding some of the what should we say, the pain points that you have, and then some actionable steps. Okay, I know we've talked a little bit in our Facebook group as well. So let's just dive into some of these things here. And now, what would you say, if you had to kind of put it into a sentence, if you will, what would you say your biggest hurdle is at the particular moment, so we can start addressing some things and get down to it?
Ad copy.
Ad copy. Okay. All right, what do you feel is hurting you on ad copy?
Like I know we talked about it before about how it can, like with email swipes. I've been starting to use email swipes in my email marketing. Because it took me forever, and I'm going to be honest, forever to try to figure out exactly what to say, what words to put in there, what my subject line was going to be to make people convert. And I wasn't getting a lot of conversions and on my marketing. And then now that I'm doing Facebook, and then attractive marketing is what I'm doing now, even then, so I'm getting eyes, I'm getting friend requests and everything, but it's still not a heavy conversion.
Okay.
So it's like I'm trying to figure out, what am I saying that that's not catching the eyes, catching the attention.
Okay, gotcha. So you talked about two different things. You talked about the email marketing, and you talked about the Facebook as far as what you're saying out your mouth. Okay, now first we have to consider what should we say, like the backdrop of this before we get into, because we got to figure like the root cause, right, before we get into some solutions. All right, first, you've been in the inner circle as far as you had the training accessible to you for about 2 months. Okay, now one thing that we talked about a little bit that I noticed is, that I have noticed anyway, is that you weren't following through with what was in the training as far as a step-by-step manner. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. All right. In our inner circle training, we have bonuses, the bonus training that we actually, use, okay, to get results. But also we can give that when people join us at the higher levels in our opportunity. When they join us at the $1,000 level, they can take advantage of that. Okay, now you weren't using that particular funnel. The mistake that you made in that particular case is you were concerned about branding yourself. So you switched the whole funnel out. All right, and you took all the bonuses out of your funnel that you were using. Why that's a problem, okay, is because you can't be so focused at the beginning on branding yourself when you don't have a self yet. Okay, you're building your identity, but when I say you don't have a self yet, nobody's listening to you yet, right? You haven't gotten the results yet. right? Because it's going to happen, but don't try and reinvent the wheel before you even start using the wheel. Before you even start riding the bike, you're already trying to figure out how to take the wheel off and not be a circle anymore, right? You have to be willing to be a follower before you can be a leader. Okay. And that's one of the mistakes that I've seen that you're making. Okay. Don't get caught up in what you learned before that told you that you needed to brand yourself and this, that, the third, because you'll be doing it out of order. All right. Part of branding yourself, all right, is definitely putting yourself out there, right? But it is about what you do. It's not just about what you put in that funnel. Like what we have in our funnel as far as the bonuses wouldn't mean a hill of beans if the people giving the information had no relevance.
Right.
Okay. Like we would be like, well, why do we even care about what they're talking about if they're not getting results? This is what we would have said. We're like, man, we don't see them in the leaderboards. They're not getting any results. So why should we listen to them? So they wouldn't have had relevance right at that point. So you don't want to focus so much on trying to brand yourself to the point where you totally wipe out everything that was laid out for you to start with. Okay. So don't try and skip ahead to the finish line and you ain't did the work to get to the finish line. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. So that's write that down, because when we do action steps, we write things down so we don't have to ask this again. Right. All right. So that's definitely one thing. Incorporate that bonus funnel. And as you go, you will see different ways to kind of infuse yourself in there. But when you're starting this training, I don't care if you've been doing online marketing for 20 years, right? If you haven't been having success, then you pretty much are starting over. All right. When you're starting, you don't want to try and change all of these things up, because these things have been tested. Our bonuses have been tested. And I can speak, with a surety that it works, right? Not just the training, but being able to offer the bonuses work. Because I've been, in a circle for just a little bit longer than you, maybe 3 months. If you've been in 2 months, mine might have been 3 months, 3.5, not crazy long, right? So, and I've had an exponential amount of, success using the bonuses that we offer. All right. So definitely, take that into consideration there. All right. Another thing that you mentioned, okay, getting down to, like I said, action steps, getting real world stuff that you can use. Now, you mentioned Facebook. You said you're getting some eyes, but not a whole bunch of eyes. All right. Now, let me ask you, did you go through the Facebook training in the Inner Circle? In the Inner Circle training that I give you, did you go through the Facebook training?
I did.
You did? Okay. And are you doing it? Meaning, are you actually doing it? Because I saw your post. Before you answer, I saw your post. Have you been doing it? Yes or no?
You saw which post?
It don't matter. It's only a certain amount of posts we need to put up.
All right.
It's only three types of posts we supposed to put up. So what you been doing?
I would say like this. I wasn't doing it consistently. Like in the past couple of weeks, I did go over the training. I haven't been doing consistent marketing on Facebook. Just in the past week or so, I've been putting up more post and getting more friend requests and requesting more friends, but before, no, I wasn't consistent with it.
All right, now that brings me to a very important part of what you said. You said you weren't consistent. I don't care how much training you have, I don't care how valuable the training is. If you don't commit to being consistent, you won't win. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, and all this. If you don't commit to being consistent, right, you won't win, because somebody can see you put up something, great that they resonate with, right, on Monday and Tuesday, and then they don't see nothing else for the following Monday. They done forgot about you.
Correct.
And it just like with YouTube. Correct. You put up a video Monday, Tuesday, you don't do nothing, for the rest of the week, and you try and go back and put up a video Monday. They're like, who? What? Oh, okay, yeah. Right? They're not still engaged. And then YouTube is like, yeah, she's not consistent, right? So you don't get that extra push from YouTube. So consistency has to be there, period, point blank. That is the number one thing that, we as entrepreneurs, we have to do. We have to stay consistent. Okay. Now, you got that wrote down?
I do.
Okay. Now let's talk about what it means to be consistent, specifically when we're talking about Facebook, specifically based upon our Inner Circle training. because I went through the training as well. Okay. Now, what I've been doing is putting up 3 posts in a day. Okay.
That's right.
In the training, it tells you the busiest times, the 2 busiest times. It doesn't tell what the third is, possibly not a third. I just picked the time in the daytime, and then I followed the other 2 times on the training. So I have 3 posts going up. Okay. Now, it also tells us what we're supposed to post. There is a specific formula, which, you know, we're not going to discuss on this because this is going to be on YouTube. Okay. But there's a specific formula that is inside of our inner circle trainings. It's very specific. Did you pay attention to the formula? Yes or no?
Apparently not.
I'm asking. No, I'm not. I'm asking. I'm about to go to some of your posts in a minute. I'm about to go to some of your posts on the screen share. I'm going to go to some of your posts. I got to go to some of your posts, you know, so I can point out that's not it or that's it, you know. So let me ask you again. Did you pay attention to the formula?
Well, I thought I did because I did some. No, I did some because I know I did.
But
I did 3 posts. I did 3 posts in a day.
Do you remember reading the formula in the training? Do you remember reading the formula? Do you remember reading or seeing it? It was either on a video or in words.
It was a video.
Specific formula.
It was a video.
Okay. Do you remember? You remember seeing the formula?
A video of what he was telling us to do.
Okay, so you know the formula though. There is literally like a mathematical equation. You know, like x plus bx equals. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Okay, I know that. I don't remember.
Okay. So what we've identified is a possible misinformation of, you know, you didn't receive information properly. Now, let me ask you this before we go to some of your posts. When you went through the training, what was your environment? You know, were you at home with pen and paper? Were you at home just playing it, kind of, you know, walking away? Were you at home and your kids were talking too? Were you at home watching TV? Were you home relaxed, just letting it play? You like this? What was? I mean, just tell me, what was the environment?
Okay, so the first time I watched it, I was relaxed and I let it play. Okay. The second time I did go through it. I didn't go through the whole thing at one time, so I'm gonna say it like that. So I did have some pen and paper, and I was distracted. Life, I got a little distracted.
She said, "Okay, D, let me just go ahead and cut to the chase. I was distracted." Okay, that's a problem. Okay, no matter what training you're going through, all right, when you want to succeed. All right. And I know you want to succeed because you joined my inner circle. So I know you want to succeed. When you want to succeed, right, success doesn't care about your distractions, right? Sure. It's not going to say, oh, well, since Jamila had distractions, I'm going to somehow sprinkle some fairy dust on her for those, you know, for that to work out, right? It doesn't care. Whatever you have to do to not be distracted, right? If when, you know, your family or what have you is at school or wherever, right? If that is your time where no one is around, right? You turn off the TV, whatever it is that distracts you. You turn off the TV, you turn off the radio, you sit down with pen and paper, because active learning is going to help you retain it. Then when you write stuff down as you go, even though you're like, oh, well, yeah, I got that, write it down, okay? Because that's 2 things that's going to help you remember it, right? And then you want to look at it as you go. Right? Don't do one of those. I've heard some people saying that they've been, oh yeah, I went through it, you know, kind of just want to see what was in there, but now I'm going to go back through it. No, make every minute count. Okay. If you're going to go through it, meaning write it down. Even if you go through it twice, but don't go through it once, just kind of brushing it or breezing it by, right? Then you're wasting your time. If you're wasting your time, then what's going to happen is the lack of confidence is going to set in. Because the longer it takes you to, as we say, get it, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're going to start, at some point, you're going to start questioning yourself like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. Man, is this for me? Man, how's everybody else having success? Not me. Maybe it's not for me. You know, this is just sometimes things creep up in our mind, even though we don't want them to, but sometimes it happens when we feel like we're being active. We're doing this, right? And ain't nothing happening. We feel a little down on things, right? So you want to make all of your moments count. Okay. It's not about doing grinding heavy work. It's about doing smart work. Yes. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we forget that because we look at all these random Facebook posts talking about we grinding out, who's still up at 2 a.m. grinding out. And but you made like no money in like 5 months, but you're talking about you at 2 a.m. It's not the fact that you're up at 2 a.m. It's the fact that you're not doing the smart work. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem, right? So we have to make sure that we understand this, that it's about doing smart work, whether you're doing it at 2 a.m. because you slept all day, right? Or whatever the case may be. But we want to start doing things smart and making all of our moments count, because when you start making all of your moments count, you're doing money-making activities. That's when you wind up working less in your business, right? Less time-wise in your business, and being able to have more income from your business, but having a lot more time freedom to enjoy the things that the reason why we wanted to work for ourselves to begin with, right? We didn't sign up to have an 80-hour-a-week job, or make it feel like that. We didn't sign up for that, right? So you have to do money-making activities and do things smart, right? And that's why, like I said, you want to be writing things down intently as you're going through it the very first time, okay? Now, let's take a look, as we're talking about Facebook, let's take a look at some posts here. Let's see. I might have to find your name in here. I might have to find your name, just go on your wall. Is it the winning one, or is it Shields? Which one is your regular
Winning.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the one you want.
Okay, that's the one I want. All right.
Yeah.
You sure now? Okay, don't be shy. Okay, all right. We'll go to that one then. All right. We'll go to this one. All right. And let's just go. And right now, we're just looking at the post, see what kind of post you got up as it relates to our Facebook training. That's not of our training, okay? I'm pointing out what's not on our training, okay?
That is not.
I'm just pointing that out.
I know it's not.
Yeah, I'm just pointing it out, Hey, if you want to post 5 times a day, cool. But at least can we get 2 or 3 of the training type posts? Let's just see what we got. All right, okay. All right, that was decent. Okay. All right, more content here. That's not saying much. All right, pictures good. All right, that's a no. And notice the ones that I'm saying a no to are the ones that we see a lot of people posted. The same ones we were posted before we knew better. Okay.
True.
All right, because here's the thing, guys. At first, we're taught when we first get online, post things like motivational quotes.
It's like lazy work.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're not winning with that. I mean, not you. I'm saying we were not winning with that when we were doing that. But that's what we were told when we first got online. Yeah, that's lazy work. Going and getting a quote, pasting it up there. That's lazy work. All right. All right. This is pretty. It was the holiday. This is pretty. Oh, this ain't even you right here. Okay, let's go down.
Somebody tagging me into something.
Okay, let's go down. Let's see what we got. Okay, that was the holiday. Okay. Let's see what we got. This is a good one right here. That's a good one. All right. And I want to point something out. Because sometimes people get caught up on this too. They get caught up on the quote unquote engagement that they see on the actual post. They get caught up in the fact that, I didn't get a comment, I didn't get a like, or I didn't get a heart, okay? Or I see other people with more comments or more likes or more hearts, okay? They get caught up in that. Don't. I promise you don't. There are going to be plenty of times people see your post and they don't comment, they don't heart it, they don't do nothing. But they're watching, right? I had an example of a young lady that I talked with the other day. I did a prospecting call with her about joining one of my, joining the inner circle, okay? And she was talking about one of our other teammates of why she joined them in 30-Day Success Formula. And what she said was, yeah, and the person she joined is in our inner circle. She said, yeah, I saw that, that they just shot up out of nowhere, right? Now, she had been watching this person on Facebook the whole time, right? But what happened is in the last 2.5 weeks, our inner circle team member took the Facebook training. They were doing YouTube just like we are, but they took the Facebook training. They did it, and then they implemented it. And the young lady said, yeah. And I saw that she just shot up out of nowhere. So yeah, I wanted to join her in 30-Day Success Formula. Okay. And it was because of the Facebook training. Okay. In 2.5 weeks, this woman hadn't commented, because I told our team member, about it. I said, hey man, somebody gave you a great compliment, and she said, oh, well, really? She knew the lady, the name. She said, well, she's never commented on anything. Exactly. Everybody's not going to comment on what you're doing. Everybody's not going to heart and like what you're doing, but it doesn't mean that they're not watching, because the woman joined her, right? And this is the woman talking, joined her because she saw her progress on Facebook. She saw that transition. She didn't know what was going on, right? Because if you're not in a circle, then you probably don't know, the equation. And so she didn't know what was going on. All she knew is it appeared like she sprouted up out of nowhere. And boom, just that alone, because she didn't say, oh, I saw her YouTube videos, right? She didn't say that. She said, I saw her post on Facebook and I saw her sprout up. And so I joined her in 30-Day Success Formula. So that alone had impressed upon one person for them to say, hey, I'm willing to spend X amount of hundreds of dollars, joining you in this particular program. Mm-hmm. So it's very powerful to do it in that manner. Okay. That didn't add nothing.
That had nothing.
Nothing. Okay. How did I get on your wall? What did I do? I didn't share on your wall, did I?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't be sharing on people's wall. I might have tagged you and Facebook did that. Hold on.
You might have.
Let me see. Okay, that was pretty decent right here. I like that. Nope. This is a note. Do you know why this is a note?
It was something I just put together real quick.
Not just that. I mean, sometimes
it's not adding any value.
But what else?
Not any real value anyway.
But what else? What else? Because not every post is going to be a value post. But what else about this is a note? It's simple.
There's nothing there.
I'm saying the answer is simple. And we learned it on the training. Where are you?
Nowhere. My picture, I'm not even going there at all.
Here's the key, right? And this is pointed out. I want you to go back over that training, okay? Now, the Facebook training, literally, you can do in a day. Like, I did it. One of our teammates who actually told me to do it, because, at first, we were doing our YouTube training, okay? Because you don't want to get overwhelmed trying to do all 3 sections, right? So we said, we're going to focus on YouTube. But a teammate in our inner circle came to me and said, D, you should really do the Facebook training and combine it with YouTube. I said, really? I said, man, I'm still going through the YouTube training, I don't want to get overwhelmed. They said, no, you really should. It is going to pay off exponentially. You'll see. And they said, it's really simple to go through. I said, and I looked at it, I said, man, it's like 13 videos, man, and what she said to me, she said, D, I know, but they're short videos. It'll probably take you about 2 hours, right? I'm like, you sure? Yes, D. She said, when I started doing Facebook, adding that with our YouTube training, that's when my business really took off. I said, okay, let me do it. Now, it took me like 4 hours, okay? I'm not sure what happened to the 2, right? It took me like 4 hours, right? But that was in one day, right? Because I have a 4-hour slot, meaning I have 4 hours in a day that I can commit to my business.
Free time. Yeah,
right, right. You know what I'm saying? I have, so that just means for that day, I didn't do some other type of training, but I knew it was only going to take me that day, right? It wasn't meaning that I was going to have to not do something for like a week, right? It was only going to take me that day. Right? So I took 4 hours, approximately 4 hours, and I did that, right? After I did it, I said, oh my goodness. So I've been doing a lot of this wrong, right? And it was very clear to me and very simple. Like literally, I only went through the training once and I could literally teach it. That's how simple it is. But I can understand if, you might have missed something. That's why I'm telling you to go over it, because you will see that one thing that people think, right? They're so concerned about making the money that they forget what would have you joining someone in business, right? No matter what the business opportunity is. Is it a person not showing them, like, I'm not joining that image. If you want people to join you in more than like a $20 holla type of opportunity, right? Okay, and on a consistent basis. I mean, we have products, that can help people, right? But you're not the only one who has products that can help people, which means why should they choose you versus the next person? Why should they choose you versus the next person who's showing just images, right? People that join at the higher levels, at the $500, the $1,000 level, the $2,000 level, right, in opportunities, those people that are joining at that type of money, they're not putting in their credit card for this, right? They want to see you. What is it about you, right? You know, what is your character? What type of value do you bring to the table, right? So that's why this is a no right here, okay? You want to stick to the Facebook training because it works. You know, like I said, don't try to reinvent it in all this tweaking, right, when you're first starting out. When I say first starting out, that doesn't mean your first week. That could mean your first $5,000 month, right? Meaning you still just starting out, you know, until maybe you hit your first 5,000. It might be your first $10,000 month, whatever the case may be. But you don't want to start tweaking and changing stuff drastically too soon, because the things that, you know, are in my inner circle training actually work. They tested to work and they continuously work, right? That's why the people on our team that hit the leaderboards, because it actually works. So do what works. All right. And let me just see a couple of more examples. This is a good one. Let me go down.
No, that's another motivation. That's just another.
It's not adding enough. Yeah, that's just no.
Yeah.
That's just no. That's no. Okay. Because there's one thing to motivate people, and there's another way to do it and add really good value when you motivate. Okay. You can do like the equation that we have in our inner circle training, right? You can do two things on one post, right? But some of those posts that you put up didn't do any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look like everybody else. When I say everybody, I'm talking about a good 90% are putting up posts like that. But then if you talk to those people, right, and we were those people because we did not know. You don't know what you don't know, right? We were doing the same thing. I know I was before I did the Facebook training. I was doing the same thing, right? And if you talk to those people, right, they're not where they would like to be in their business. Okay, so you want to emulate success. You don't want to emulate where you don't want to be. That's just what that is, right? Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of times, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of times, if you're seeing everybody just randomly on Facebook doing the same darn thing and they're not adding any value, then they probably don't know, but you don't want to emulate that. You don't want to follow that way, okay? All right, so now we have some action steps for Facebook. Go back, like I said, it took me 4 hours. I don't know how long it took you, but go over it with your pen and paper, write down the formula, right? Write down the formula that's given on the inner circle training, right? And literally, it boils down to 3 posts and 1 other activity that you know about in the inner circle training, okay? And literally, you can do this, and I'm not lying. I can attest to this. Other teammates can attest to this. You can literally do Facebook in an hour a day. I did not think it was possible before I took that training. I said, that's not true. Somebody said, yeah, the trainer's supposed to show you how to do it in a couple hours a day. I said, man, nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy talk. I said, man, I be on Facebook like 5, 6, 7 hours, man. That's not true, right? You get tired of being on Facebook that long, right? Because what happens is you feel like you have a job that you're not getting paid for. You're like, oh my gosh, man, what's up? You right? But as far as that training, and that's going to be the bulk of what you do on Facebook. Now, there are other things that I do on Facebook, but that right there, that bulk of it right there, an hour, I say hour, maybe an hour and a half, okay, a day max. And I don't even use any tools to do that, okay? Now, that is Facebook. So we talked about how you're going to change up what you're doing on Facebook. That is going to get you some traction. Now, there was one post that you had put up, or I don't know, it might have been a video. I think it might have been a video that you put up, and you had some traction. People were asking you some questions and wanting to know some information and all this good stuff. What happened to that? I remember one thing that happened is you weren't prepared for what you needed to present them, because at the time, you know, you were going the angle of the financing that we offer for one of our programs, Easy One Up, and you weren't prepared. So whatever happened after you got prepared?
So the live video I did about don't do this.
That might have been the one. It was one where you got some traction. People were hitting you up, and you were like, "Hey, you want to present the financing," but you were not prepared to present it because you had not followed. Again, and I have to state this: you had not followed the instructions that I gave. But you learned the error of your ways, right?
I did. I'm in it now. I got it now.
Right. But what I'm saying is, so what happened after you got it? What happened after that? What took place with those inquiries?
Well, I did. It was one main person, and I still have him. Has he signed up yet? No.
Okay. What do you think the holdup is? What do you think it is?
He went out of town. That's actually what the holdup was.
Okay.
He went out of town and he wanted to meet with me when he got back. So we're actually meeting on Monday.
Okay, cool deal. All right. So, and now this is a piece of advice, or should I say advice? This is just some reality, right? And this is in business, period.
Right.
You probably heard this term before: success loves speed, right? This is what I found. And not just in the online space. I found this as an entrepreneur, period. I found it over and over that this is how it is. When the fish are biting, you want to have your hook ready. Meaning when people are actually interested and say, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" You want to be prepared. Because sometimes people are impulse buyers, if you will, right? Okay. It doesn't mean that they're not going to want what you have next week, right? They're still going to want it, but out of sight, out of mind type situation, and not everybody has already gotten their mind to where, hey, you asked her for info because you actually know that you need to make a change in your life economically, as far as marketing, as far as making money so that you can have more time freedom and all this stuff. The reason why they wanted to do it in the first place, right? The reason is still there, but sometimes they lose the motivation because life happens. And like I said, not everybody is at the point yet or on the journey yet, or not even realizing yet that life is always going to happen, but you still got to look at your goal, right? Not everybody understands that yet, right? So you have to understand that that's the case. So when a person is saying, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing? I really want to talk about this," you need to already be in position. So, okay, cool. I got an opening at such and such. Let's talk. Let's see what we got going on. Right? I have signed people up. They've joined my team. Literally, one time it was like 11:30 at night. I had took a late night just kind of stroll around the block. I ain't gonna say run, make like I was running. I was like halfway jogging, right? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to like burn off a little steam or whatever. So I took a little jog around the block, had a little energy. Don't ask me why, I have no clue, right? But someone had went on my YouTube video. They had commented on my video. They had called me and they had texted me, and it was about Easy One Up at the time, right? Now I missed these because I was on the jog, but as soon as I got back, I'm like, goodness, they're trying to get in contact me, right? So, I saw that they had just messaged me, so that meant they were still up, right? So I went ahead and reached out to them. Long story short, that person joined me at the $1,000 level that night, right? They said, "Hey, whenever you got time, if you got time tomorrow, we can do this, that." I got time now, was my response.
Right.
Said, "Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Well, okay, let's go." And they signed up with me at the $1,000 level that night, okay? Because I was prepared with what they needed, right? But had I not been prepared, then yes, I would have needed to say and agree with them, yes, tomorrow, this, that, the third, or whatever. And then the person's motivation might have lessened. That's just the way it is. We do the same thing. We could be all gung-ho about something, right, in one moment, and then the next moment we're like, "Oh, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow," and then tomorrow never comes. Okay? Right. And that's just the way it is. So you want to make sure that you're being prepared. If steps are given to you, for you to be prepared ahead of time, do those steps. Do them. Don't question, should you do this at this stage when it literally says do this.
Right.
Especially if it's something you're doing and it's not even asking you to pay any money. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because I'm willing to put money on it that at that moment, you were having a good amount of traction. I could feel the vibration. I could feel it myself. And I'm willing to put money on that if you were prepared, somebody would have joined you within that day or the next day. I'm willing to put money on that because I felt the vibration that you had. I felt it, right? And when it's there, it's there. And if I could feel it, right? And it wasn't that that I know the person who reached out to you and all this right here, but if I can feel it, that means other people can feel that. They can feel that vibration, and people are attracted to that positive vibration. Everybody wants to be a part of that. Everybody wants to be a part of that. Hell, if I hadn't already been in a circle, I'm like, man, what you doing, girl? Let me know what you got. What you got, right? Because it's that vibration. I'm so serious with you. I'm not bullshitting you right now. I'm telling you what I felt. Okay. Hold on. All right. Let me do a stop screen share because they messaging, right? Until we need to get back to the screen. Okay. So we talked about Facebook. We talked about the inner circle training. So you can go back through that and start actually doing what it says to do. All right. Now, the other way that you market is YouTube. Okay.
Right.
Now let's look at the YouTube channel. Let's see what we got. Let's look at the YouTube channel. All right. So I guess we do need to share this again. All right, we're gonna get off of you on Facebook. We're gonna leave you alone on Facebook. We're gonna leave you alone.
I think I'm doing pretty good on YouTube.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what we got. I don't know when you put up videos, but let's see what we got. Let's see. All right, let me find your channel. Or I might have you in my alerts. Well, let's find your channel. And your channel is the same as your name?
Yep, Jamila Shields.
All right, cool. All right. I spelled Shields wrong.
S-H-I-E.
It's still picking up. Okay.
Everybody makes S-H-I-E.
Yeah, that was my fault. I know how to spell Shields. That was my fault. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, so let's look at our content. And I want to point out the reason why I'm looking at the content, okay, is because we're, in the inner circle, we learn how to set up our channel and all that. That's pretty much, you just follow the steps. So what I'm looking at now is the content, right? Because you can have the most put together channel as far as your channel art looking pretty and stuff like that, right? But if you're not providing content, then you're not going to win on YouTube. So I just want to explain why I'm going directly at the content and not trying to critique everything else, right? The training shows you how to set that up, right? Sure. So let's see what we got. Let's see what I can see here. We got 12 hours ago. We got 3 days ago. We got 4 days ago. So you missed the day in here. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right. Then
I actually said that in my video. Like, oh my God.
4 days ago. 5 days ago, 6 days ago, a week ago, which will be 7 days. Okay. Did you post videos on the same day?
I might have done it one day.
Okay.
Usually it's once a day.
Huh? Usually it's once a day. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Because you don't want to do 2 a day, right? We actually taught that that was actually said on one of our live one a day. Cool. Yeah. All right, I just want to make sure. All right, cool. All right. So I'm guessing I don't see any more because that's the last one.
No, there's plenty more.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me go to videos. Maybe that's why I don't see them all. That could be it. Let's do that. Okay. All right, cool. Week ago, 2 weeks ago. Wonderful. 2 weeks ago. All right, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, which would be 4 weeks ago. Okay.
Stop there.
You said stop there?
Because those are old videos. I just left.
Okay, they do say a year ago. You're right. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Now let's see what date this was. Now I want to pull it up and see what date this one was right here. Okay.
I wasn't consistent when I first started.
Okay. I just want to see when it was. All right, this was March 19th, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so this was about March 19th. So this is about 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. March, April 19th. This is about 2 months ago. All right, and when did you come into the inner circle?
Right around March when I first started.
Okay, gotcha. All right, gotcha. All right. Now I can see the progression, so I'm going to look at some of the newer ones. And I say the progression, Meaning I can see, like, you know, I can tell from like the thumbnails that you were learning more and more as you went. You know, I can tell that from the way that you started doing your thumbnails, it got better and better and better and better. That's what I mean by the progression. Okay. So, because all of that matters as far as you learning, right? It's not about can you make the best thumbnail on earth. No, it's about I can tell that you're learning. And I know that you didn't learn it inside the group as far as, you know, somebody saying, hey, do this to make a thumbnail.
Right.
What that tells me is that you were seeking that on your own. You said, okay, I have this training, but I want to put up some better thumbnails. Let me go find out how to do that. Right.
And I made a video on it.
And see, that's important. You learned something and you taught that. That's important. That is what you're supposed to do. Okay. You learn something, you teach it. All right. That's important. All right. So let's look at a few of your newer ones real quick. This is an awesome thumbnail. This is the upgraded thumbnail you made, right?
Yeah, I just made that last night.
Yeah. With your upgraded account, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome thumbnail. All right. There's something else that I noticed that you picked up. I picked it up. I picked it up too. Too. I didn't know it either. I said, oh.
It's another thing that, you know, one of our teammates talked about, and I'm picking that one up too.
Okay, all right. We got to get together. I see what that one is, because I swear I be picking stuff up like and it works. I swear it works. It's like every little thing, and it don't be that it's like cost you anything extra or even takes a whole bunch of time. It's just sometimes it's things that you don't know, and sometimes you can miss things as you go through the training that someone else picked up. You know? And that's just how it is. Okay. All right, wonderful. I'm liking that. That's really straightforward to the point. This is very well put together. Right there. That's good. Okay. Now on your video, I may have to listen to it to hear your call to action to make sure you're doing it, because I don't know.
Online marketing, pushing out these videos to you guys. But of course, it was Mother's Day, and I did take a little bit of a break to celebrate Mother's Day weekend. But here I am. I am back. I am here to give you some great information today. This is something we just came upon. And I promise you, you're going to love it too.
All right, on that video, did you mention your keyword at the beginning?
Not at the very beginning.
All right, we actually just learned this on the live Q&A. Go back over the live Q&A that we did for the Inner Circle. He mentions that, okay?
Right. Not at the very beginning of that one. Now I can say on that one, but on the others I have.
You want to do it consistently, okay? It's not something that takes a lot of time to do. It's not something that costs you any money to do or anything like that. You just need to do it. You need to do it, okay? But he did address that on there. Not saying he was addressing it to any particular person. He addressed it, and I was on that call, so I know he addressed it. But I had learned that somebody had actually another teammate had mentioned it to me before, you know, so I knew it. But it's also in the training as well, you know, because here's the thing. Part of that training, right, part of the Inner Circle training that we have is not just the step-by-step, right, but it's also the added support. It's also the live Q&As, right? All of that is included. All of that is important. That's why I encourage you guys to show up live as absolute much as possible, because those small things, right, that are said seem insignificant, but they're powerful and can really help you kind of turn the corner with things, okay? So one thing that I do want to point out, let me go back to your videos, because I did see you starting to do this, but at first you weren't. Let me go back and let me make sure, because I saw some of the videos you were putting out. All right. Let me see. All right. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Don't do the one I messed up.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Don't do the one I messed up on. I took it down and put it. I actually took it down and put it back up. But yeah, Go ahead.
All right. Okay. What I'm going to point out is one thing. This is what I'm noticing. Okay. And it's helping me. It's helping a few of our other team members who have noticed it. Is that when you see something catching traction, right? Meaning an opportunity or something, right? Catching traction. You want to catch it as much in the beginning as possible and ride the wave. Okay. What I mean by ride the wave. If something is catching traction and is very popular on YouTube, then that means people are searching for it. So that's going to get you views faster than if you just did a video about something that is not quote unquote viral. For instance,
Right.
Let's see, like
Trending, something trending.
right, something that's trending. Something that's trending. Like this wouldn't be trending right here. This is trending. This is trending right now.
I can't see what you're talking about. Which one did you point to?
Oh, my lead gen secret is trending right now. 30-day success formula is definitely hot. So it's like in the midst of you doing your other videos, because you definitely want to inform people of other things. Not everything's going to be trending, right? But you want to make sure that you're riding a wave. Okay, so that way it can push, because what happens is when it pushes one of your videos, it helps the rest of them, on YouTube, right? So you want to make sure you're riding a wave that's going to push more traffic. And when you're putting that in conjunction with what we learned in the inner circle, as far as your call to action appropriately and correctly, right, then that's going to actually give you traction to your other opportunities that don't have anything to do with this topic, my lead gen, or doesn't have anything to do with 30-day success formula. One thing that I've noticed is I'm getting a lot more opt-ins for my main opportunity, but I haven't made a video for my main opportunity in a good minute. My videos have been on the trending things, have been in the same trends that you started seeing me posting right here, right? The trending 30-day success, the trending my lead gen secret, right? So when we're looking at, because the other part of this is when we're looking at joining different opportunities, right? Some people, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to be in all these different things, da, da, da. Everyone is going to add a different type of value to you, whether it's in the value of some other type of training, whether it's in the value of, maybe you can't promote it unless you actually own it. A lot of opportunities are just like that. You can't promote it unless you own it type situation. But it'll put you, and if it's that case where you can't promote it unless you own it type situation, it can add value for you because now you have something to say about it. And that's going to push eyes onto your other offer if you're doing the YouTube training correctly, right? So these opt-ins I'm getting is not because I post all over Facebook, because I don't, right? It's not because, millions of people are coming in my inbox asking for that link, right? Millions of people don't come in the inbox, right? But people are clicking on the link, getting into my email sequence and following up and getting warmed up to me, right? Because they're finding it out here on YouTube. And it's not because I'm having a video about that app. I'm having a video about another app that they like the video, but I told them to click this other link too, and they're clicking that other link too. They're doing that, okay? So keep that in mind when you're talking about, because one of the things you said, well, I'm getting some inquiries, but not a lot, this, that, and the third. That is definitely one where you're going to get a lot more. Being consistent here, okay? And you even said that before you weren't really consistent. Okay, I'm glad you know that, right? Because the answer is to be consistent, because there is no time frame. There is no, oh, well, you do this in 30 days and you're going to make $1,000, on your first sale, this, that, and the third, right? Some people do it, yes, right? But some people not, correct. Some people do not, right? But you have to focus on, right? Because when you're thinking that way, you're focused on making the money. You have to focus on what can you bring to people that they need. Because when you focus on that, then you're going to know exactly what to keep on talking about. Talk about this, because they need this, they need this, they need this. They need to know how to get leads that actually purchase. That actually buy from them. They need that. All right, so let me give it to them.
Right.
They need to know how they can don't have to know how to market. So they can use offline tactics. Excuse me. Don't have to market anything and join 30-day success formula and make money while the company sends out things. They need to know this. Right. So let me give it to them because people need to know it. Let me give that to them, right?
Right.
Don't focus on how many people are clicking your link from the standpoint of, oh man, I'm not making any sales, because it's going to play with you mentally. It's going to play with you mentally, right? And it's going to bog you down. You just keep being consistent on giving value, this value content, right? And, you know, since we talked about Facebook and going through that training, and you'll know exactly what I mean by value on that, right? You learn something, be prepared to teach it. Whether it's teaching on a post, teaching on a video, teaching on a video that's in a post, right? Teaching in an email that you shoot from the video, right? I just said something there. I just said something.
You did. You really, really did.
All right. And I'm going to actually bring it home so that way you can catch what I said, because I don't want it to be unclear. There's some things I don't say on YouTube because obviously, you know, it is privy to our inner circle. But some things I want to make sure are clear, because even if a person watches this on YouTube, I want them to be able to have some action steps for themselves as well, whether they're in a circle or not. All right. When you do a video, it's called repurposing content. When you do a video on YouTube about something valuable, you know, because it all needs to be, you know, valuable to somebody, right? And valuable to your niche. Okay. Value to your niche. You already know your niche, the make money online, wanting to learn the market, entrepreneur online, all this stuff. You know, you understand your niche. I can tell from your videos you do understand your niche, okay? Your videos that you make, you need to be shooting them out to your email list. You already did the work of making a video, right? You said you want to help people with whatever information that you have. Shoot it out to your list. Your list will grow, and especially you got my lead gen secret. Your list, you know, should be pretty high already, right? You get leads every day. Right? I got like, I don't even know, like 1,000, right? So you want to be giving them that too, because they may not know that you're on YouTube. Construct an email, right? Surrounded by the video that you're talking about, and shoot it out to them. Right? When I say surrounded by the video, meaning surrounded by the topic. You don't want to shoot them an email about my lead gen secret that says that says something like, hey, you want to make money in the mail? Come and look at my video. Like, what that has to do, what? They don't got nothing to do with that, right? So it needs to be congruent, right? And as you do it, you will get better with the ad copy, okay? But you don't want to focus so much on the particulars as far as, like, if you know your main traffic sources, if you will, as far as online is YouTube and Facebook, right? Don't get so caught up in, I don't know the right words to say, right? In the email, and you know, the ad copy. Oh my gosh, I must have said something wrong because I didn't have anybody clicking. Make up for what you lack in skill in quantity. Make up for it.
That's right. I was on that line.
Oh, that's right. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Right? Keep pushing that value. Right? And what's going to happen is those people in the email, right, who hadn't joined you in something just yet, right? They're going to see that. And guess what that's going to do, though? Is, for one, it's going to teach them something that they didn't know, right? Even if they did know it, they didn't get that info from you, so you taught it better, right? That's just what that is. You taught it better. So now they're engaged with you. Now they go over to your channel, they're checking you out, and now they're going to get a chance to see more of you. They're going to get a chance to be warmed up to you versus just the words, oh, well, that's Jamila Shields. I didn't know who this was sending me these emails. Okay, oh, I see that she did a video on mindset. Oh man, that was perfect. I really needed to hear that message. And before you know it, they've watched 3 or 4 or 5 of your videos, right? And don't be so focused on, oh, I only got 16 views, I only got 21 views. At any point in time, that value can be carried. One person out of those 16 could have pinged off of an email that you sent them that sent them some value, and they were one of those views, and then they inbox you, say, hey, I've been looking at your videos. You know how many actual, inboxes I get that say that? Hey, I've been looking at your videos, especially, with some of the apps that we promote. Hey, I've been looking at your videos. And then it leads to, okay, how can I help you? Whatever, boom.
Right. Conversation.
Boom. And then you guys see the proof pic. Right? Because it started by giving value somewhere, and they'll see one video and see others. So the point of the matter is, use those videos to inject into your other areas, right? Because you're already doing the work of the video. Inject it. Don't beat yourself up about if the words don't sound right. You actually do have some very good email swipes. We have them in the inner circle. Those actually work. Okay. I'm going to tell you the psychology behind those, because I saw that you asked one time in the group. You said, hey, do we have any other email swipes other than the ones that we have in the inner circle? My recommendation is use what we have in the inner circle, and I'll tell you why. If you pay attention to the way that they're constructed, all right, it's not just print. When you do it the way it's designed to do, right, the way it's designed to do is the words, but then the link doesn't just go directly to your app. The link goes over to one of the trainers teaching something on a landing page that you're supposed to put that video on, right? And then underneath that landing page will be a link. Then that sends them to your funnel. So you gave people value here. You told them to click here. You told them what you're going to teach them here, right? And you said, click here so I can teach you this stuff. They click, then you give it to them. You teach them whatever you said you was going to teach them here, right? And like I said, these are actually provided for us to get us started until we start producing our own, you know, of course, right? Then that's on the landing page here with a button that says, you know, you want to link forces with me, whatever the case may be, click here. Then they go on over and check you out on your opportunity. Why is this key? Because once you see how it's done in the inner circle, in our inner circle training, these swipes, right? Once you see how it's constructed, the email saying I'm going to teach you something, the link that goes over to the thing teaching you something, then the link that goes over to the opportunity, then you can recreate that. Then that is when you can say, okay, how can I start branding myself? Because first you used what was given, and now you clearly see, oh, now I see. So now
what about,
go ahead.
What about if I do put my photos on my emails?
That's fine. That didn't have nothing to do with this. That don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm just saying, you know, as far as you know, I know I right now I am currently using the email swipes from the group, from the training. So that's what I switched off. I made a video about that too. about how I deleted everything and started over. Right. So I did I put everything out, and then I started using those email swipes. And but I put in the video. I put in the actual link for the bonuses.
Good.
I took my funnel down.
Good. Right.
It was pretty though.
It was pretty. Okay. All right, we ain't gonna go into that. But the point is, right, like, because before I started using, you know, the inner circle swipes as well, at first I was looking for the typical swipes, the typical print, and then you put your link, right?
Right.
You know, your link to your opportunity. I was looking for the same thing. But when I started using those swipes, I said, oh, I see now. I see how it's constructed. So once you start using those, then it'll be like, okay, I see how it's constructed, right? So then you take one of your videos here, change your mindset. Now, I don't know what you talked about, but it says change your mindset. So hopefully you're talking about changing your mindset, right? So this, I'm literally about to give it to you. Write this down. You create an email, right? Talking about maybe one of the points in here, or talking about why a person needs to change their mindset. Like, why does a person need to change their mindset? What could be going on in their life that would say they need to change their mindset? Perhaps maybe they're working a job that they don't like. Because remember, it's not just about working a job, it's about working one that you don't like. All right, because if you like it, stay with it, right? But it's about, if maybe they're working a job that they don't like, or maybe they're working a job that works them 60 hours a week so they don't have time for their family, right? So these are reasons, and maybe the reason that they're still doing it is because they're stuck within their mindset. Now, I don't know what you talk about specifically about mindset, but whatever it is specifically that you talk about a mindset, you pre-frame it, meaning you kind of set it up. You don't give it all to them. You set it up in an email and say, hey, I'm going to give you a video, or I did a video about the actual steps that you could take to actually change your mindset, right? And then you link that over to your training, your video. Whether you put it, you know, some of them you'll put on a landing page, some of them you'll send straight to YouTube. You know, you want to test it out, see which way works as far as that goes. But the flow is the same. You're talking about a pain point and saying, I'm going to teach you something. You know, you told them about the pain point of the reason why they need to change your mindset, right? You talked about a pain point, you linked it out to a training that you did on YouTube, right? What that's doing, for one, that's going to make you stand out from a lot more people. So you're talking about branding. That's how you do it, right? Not by taking bonuses out your funnel, right? That's you're basically duplicating what's already taught in the inner circle. The same format. Talk about a pain point, tell them what you're going to teach them, give them a link, go over here to the actual training, right? And then whether if you send them to YouTube, they'll get your link to your op because you're going to do what you're supposed to do, right? When it comes to call to action, or you'll put it to a landing page and it'll have the video there with a button to go over to your op. You know, you just kind of test that out and see, you know, what's what, mix it up a little bit. But the flow is the exact same as what's already in the training. It's the same flow, right? And you already have some of the videos done, you know, and I'm saying some, but all of these could be it. All of these could be it. Marketing because it's your niche. Is all of this. All of this is your niche. All of your videos are congruent with your niche. I don't see any videos on here talking about how to scratch a cat's butt or something.
Right.
Like, that wouldn't be congruent.
Right.
Like, I don't want to learn about scratching a cat butt. Right. But what I would like to learn 3 ways to get free traffic using keyword research. I would like to learn starting on an online business. I would like to learn about that. You know, I would like to learn what's up with the easy one up financing. You know, that's the video you did here. Okay. So all of these are videos that you can literally use in your email. But before you get the picture, meaning before you understand that you just follow what's given, right? That's why you asked the question on what other swipes can we use, because you didn't get the picture. So as you're going through the things in the inner circle, you look at them, you use them, and then you look at the flow. You pay attention to the flow. And you'll see exactly how you can interject yourself into the flow. You say, okay, email, video, link, or email over to YouTube video and then link. All right, it's still the same thing. Email, video, and it's going to be a link somewhere. Email, video, link. Email, video, link. Okay.
Right.
All right, now let me infuse myself in this email instead of just using the swipe. Let me infuse myself, right? And then I'm still going to have email, video, link. Okay, well, instead of me having someone else in this video, let me put my video in there. So that means my email needs to match my video. Okay, still email, video, link. That is the same. And before you know it, now you'll have 10 swipes or 15 swipes or 20 swipes, right? Because you do this once a day, right? You'll wind up with 20 swipes before you know it. And hot damn, now you got a whole swipe list of Jamila Shields. Look at that. Now you're not asking anybody for any swipes because nobody can duplicate you, meaning that your video, that's your face on that video. They can duplicate the process because we learned the same process, but they're not duplicating your exact emails because that's your video with your face. They make it say the same thing, but they're not you. I can have an easy one video, right? But that's me talking. That's not you talking, right? So that's how you brand yourself, by you and using what you're given. That's how you do it. Literally, that's how you do it, right? And when you switched up your funnel, which I'm glad you switched back, okay? The way that you brand yourself in that is you got to have some value, right? Look at what that funnel is giving. First of all, there's 1, 2, 3. There's actually 3 parts to it. I don't know if you have the first page. The first page is a bridge page. That is, you know, it can be you talking, but it's probably the other person talking. But it's a bridge page. Then it's the bonuses page. Then it actually is another bridge page, and then it goes over to the funnel that they can use, you know, when they join you in the op. Okay, so it actually winds up being 4, but the last one is the ending result. Okay, so let's talk about these 3 right here. Right, look at all you got to do is pay attention to what is this person saying on this bridge page. Right, what are they saying? Oh, okay. Or what am I saying? Or whatever. Anybody that's having success, what are they saying on their bridge page? Okay. Well, yeah, I could talk about that intelligently myself. Boom. Now make it yours, right? Then this right here, the bonuses. Okay, look at how it's constructed on the bonuses page, right? That's where it comes in. You got to have some value. Well, what bonuses do you have, right? Other than what you have there. If you don't have none, then what you taking them out for? What you gonna have less? Right. If anything, you add 2. Right? And you're going to see an example of this as soon as I get a chance to construct what I'm talking about, right? On the same page, you'll see what I'm talking about. If anything, you add 2, but you don't take away. You don't not give the people the goods. Give them the goods and give them the more goods. Give them goods. You always want to give more, right? So as you go through, you're going to have more. You may say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you do a whole bunch of trainings on, when I say whole bunch, let's say you do 3 trainings on how to get leads, targeted leads, how to get target leads. Let's just say you do a video on how to get, let's say you did 3 training videos on how to get targeted leads, right? You may say, okay, and when you join me, you're also going to get, in addition to these other bonuses, you're also going to get my targeted leads training by Jamila Shields. Literally,
Right.
literally. I just gave it to you so literally.
You did.
So literally, sis. That is extra. That's an addition. You add that to the page. You add it to, not take away, right? Then as you get, well, I'm not gonna say as you get results, you've already gotten results, right?
Right.
When I'll take a screenshot of what you post, and other teammates will take it of what you say. Oh my gosh, look, rank page 1, da da da. Sis, that's a result. Do you know how many people don't get on page 1 of YouTube?
I don't know.
It's a lot of them that don't get on first page of YouTube. That don't, right? Because they don't know how to do it. But guess what? You do, and you've done it consistently.
Right.
That's results. Look in that funnel and see, doesn't it show results? Where are yours? Why aren't yours there? Because I'm just now telling you, I'm just now helping you to see what I'm talking about. That's how you brand yourself without taking anything away from the people who will join you. You add yours in as you get it, and you already have it, right? So if you want to take time switching out a funnel, this, that, and the third, you should have been taking time to add to what you had. You understand where I'm coming from now?
Right.
Add trends and add your proof in that funnel. You already have the proof, and you probably already got the training, on your videos. Add it in there. That's your bonus, and just keep adding value. You can swap out your bonus that you add as much as you want in your funnel. Meaning you may start out with 2 pieces of bonus, that you put in one, but in a month's time you may say, man, I did a whole compilation on this right here, and this fire. And you may say, oh, this is my new bonus in here, because this is a value of up to $497 value. This stuff works. Literally, that's an added benefit for them to join you, and that is also a way for you to kind of rise above the cream of the crop type situation. Makes sense on what I'm talking about with this value and the branding yourself that you were so concerned about. Brand yourself the right way using what you have, right? Use what you have to brand yourself, and you won't have a problem with that. Now, those are the things that you had mentioned to me, or mentioned in the group.
Yeah.
Was there any?
No, that's basically it. That was it.
Okay, that's why I just want to, make sure. Okay.
Yeah. That was basically it.
So we have some action steps. Okay, we have some action steps, and because I want to make sure that you retain this, because I don't have these calls for myself to talk, right? Because obviously, if I'm giving the info, that means I already know it. I have these calls to help whoever I'm having a call with and help others. If I put it on YouTube, this just happens to be like a sneak peek one, that's going out there. All of these will go out on YouTube, right? Let's talk about these action steps real quick. So what we're gonna do? You should have this wrote down. What you got? Talk to me. What are we gonna do?
Well, since I'm gonna go over my training for Facebook, I'm gonna still go over that. Yet I'm going to tweak my emails, because that's one of the issues. The biggest issues I had was actually trying to get my emails to convert, because I can get them to click, but they don't stack. Got it? So tweak my emails.
How you gonna tweak your emails? Tell me
I'm going to start adding. I did start adding my videos, but you gave me a different way. I think that the structure wasn't right, so I'm going to restructure.
What structure are you going to use?
The same one that I have right now. The same one from the training. Because right now I'm using the train. I'm using the inner circle swipes right now. Only thing I might change out a couple of words, because, it's not, I'm not him. But other than that, and then what I did so far was I did add my video to one, and then I added the link with the bonus trainings. I just did that I believe this morning. I did that this morning.
Okay.
But I'm going to take a look at, because I do two emails a day. That was my limit, 2 emails a day. So I won't be, going crazy trying to keep writing emails. So I do add to my list 2 emails a day. So I think I did that this morning on one of my emails. I did. And so I'm going to tweak my emails.
Okay.
I'm going to go over my Facebook training.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start using my videos as a bonus, because I do have some sequences on there already.
Okay.
And you just put that in my head, like, hold on, you know what, I do, because I know I have I have like 2 or 3 easy 1-ups training videos. I did some email marketing videos with GetResponse too. So I mean, I'm going to just start restructuring my email. That's my biggest thing. I'm trying to do is restructuring my emails and go over that's it. That's my basics.
Okay.
As far as YouTube, that's a whole different strategy.
What are you gonna do? The main thing is consistency.
Yeah,
YouTube,
I have been I've been pretty consistent with YouTube. Besides, like this weekend, I didn't do anything, but I pop a video out every day on YouTube. I'm gonna ride the wave, because right now I'm on the wave. I'm about to ride the wave, because I really do love this the lead gen secret. I love it.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. I ain't gonna play. And that's the thing, because when you really like something, or you can really feel it, you can actually promote it back.
You can really talk about it, and you can really with it.
Right.
Because you're so passionate about it. And that's how I feel about a lot of the ops that I promote. The ones that I talk about most often are the ones that I'm really passionate about, and that's most of them. It's only a couple that I might have joined that I don't really talk about that much, because they just didn't live up to potential. So that's why you see my links for them. But the stuff that people see my links for, I'm passionate about it because I really believe in them.
Right.
So that's good.
Now, it's one thing that I am going to do that I have not done yet, and that is get my phone number. I didn't do the cloud phone.
Okay, wait a minute.
I had a reason. It's a reason. It's a reason. Okay.
I forgot about that. Hold on. I forgot about that. I forgot to tell you that. Let me see. So, well, you just said that you wasn't saying so. I don't have to go look at your video and see that you're not using it. I
haven't used it because I was. Is this going live?
Oh yeah. So don't be saying crazy stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me watch what
don't be saying no crazy stuff. So yeah. This is good.
Okay. Well, oh, my daughter.
Oh, what time is it?
It's 3:00. She just texted me.
Let me take this off the screen share here.
Yeah. Okay.
And you said, yeah, that's definitely another thing too. Yeah, I forgot to say about that, because it was like, like I said, I'll be seeing things that you guys post out there, and I'll think of things, but there's not all the time that we get on this call. But yeah, I actually have been having good results with that.
Okay.
It stands out. Okay. Sometimes people do have a few questions, but they know the email takes a while, so they're not just so quick to email and wait for the snail mail. So if they see someone that has a phone number, they'll text, and I'll tell people text, and they'll text. And I've actually gotten signups that way. People have to join me in business that have texted me and they say, "Hey, I just saw your video on YouTube."
Right. And the thing is, I was using my other one. So, and that's why that's why I just stopped, and I haven't done it yet, because I have to take everything out, because that number is everywhere. You know how long I've been using that number?
It's okay. I mean, I was using a different number at first as well. I mean, you just get the appropriate number that you're going to use, right? And just use that moving forward. Don't spend so much time on trying to take out the old numbers. I mean, don't dedicate a whole bunch of time to it, is what I'm saying. So just use whatever, when you get your new number, put that in moving forward.
I'm sorry. I got muted. My daughter is calling me.
Okay.
She's calling me. I don't know if she wants to pick her up or or she wants to stay after, but she's calling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3:00. She's like, where are you at, lady? Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, because we're about to get ready to end this. So so how do you feel now after we went through all this stuff? How do you feel now versus how you felt before? Because I'm going to ask for feedback inside the group. How do you feel now about?
Because I feel like I got a little more direction. I felt like I was like all over the place, even though I do have the training. But like you said, you gave me, tough love is good love.
Okay. You're too much. I'm glad you found. I'm glad you had some that this helped you. All right, and I'm looking forward to seeing your great success in the very, 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 very near future. Right, I really do believe you're gonna be the next breakout situation. I really do, and I'm rooting for you. All right, if you guys are watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, and you want to get connected with me in the Inner Circle, there will be a link below on how actually you do that. When you get involved with me at one of my opportunities, you get access to the Inner Circle, you get access to the step-by-step training, and each person that joins me at that level does get access to one of these calls, and we also have live Q&A calls as well. So you're never going to be without assistance, okay? So just click the first link in the description to rock out with that, all right? If for whatever reason you happen to be in another business and you say, hey, I just need to get some leads from my other business or whatever, I'm actually going to tell you one of my top lead sources when I'm dealing with email type of leads, not YouTube type of leads. And that's going to be in the second link, okay, in the description. Please do like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and crush the bell, okay? So that way you can be alerted the very next time that I come out with content. So I'm definitely bringing it to you every single week, all right? Other than that, what do we came to do, Jam? What do we do every day?
Ride to the
top, baby. All right. And we out.